You must really, really like that suspension, huh? Scale 1 to 10. Oh! That's a 10. Okay.
What's up, y'all? So we received what might be the best cheap moped style e-bike as of 2025. I say that because although this is one of the cheapest moped style e-bikes that we reviewed on this channel, it's the only e-bike that I received that comes with 4-point rear suspension. People just open doors, walk in and out the house when we try to do e-bike reviews like nobody cares. It's the only e-bike that I reviewed that have 4-point rear suspension.
What?
On the back of the bike you have not 1, not 2, but 4 suspensions.
How's that possible?
I know, it's like, I think it's like you have 2 on the right side, 2 on the left side, so 4 total. And there's spring suspensions too, which is my favorite. So this bike,
Hopefully the seat's comfortable.
Hopefully the seat's comfortable. And that's usually why I don't like moped style e-bikes, because you can't change out the seat. And a lot of times you can't adjust the height of the seat either, so we'll see. This bike is called the HiKeep, and it comes in 2 different versions. You have HiKeep MGT and HiKeep MGL. The T is a dual motor e-bike. The L is a single motor e-bike. The single motor is a 750 watt motor with a 1500 watt peak. Not sure if we got the single or the dual. Not sure how heavy this bike is. It definitely feels like it's over 100 pounds, and I can't see it on the box, but maximum weight of the rider is 330 pounds. I think this bike goes the maximum of 28 miles per hour, but we're going to test that out. Me and my brother and fellow e-bike connoisseur Tayo, who love moped style e-bikes, by the way, so curious on what he's going to think about this moped style e-bike, especially with all of the suspension they got on there, you know what I'm saying?
4.
It comes with a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery, advertised to go 60 miles of charge. That amp hour seems kind of low for 60 miles, so I guess we're going to test that out too. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox this, put the bike together, go through all of the features, and go on-road, go off-road, maybe go in like a more urban area, because moped style e-bikes I think are usually good for urban areas because they're usually really short, you know what I'm saying? Remember, when I get to 40,000 subscribers, I will be giving away an e-bike, so if you want to be in that giveaway, comment below, huh?
What you at right now?
Like 37K?
We getting there.
Almost, right? So if you want to win an e-bike, you have to be subscribed to the channel. Comment below on what type of e-bike you would like, and then 40,000 subscribers, I'm sending one of y'all an e-bike. To purchase this e-bike, feel free to use my link and my code in the description below to get a discount. Take my vitamins and pray and try to be of service to other people. So this is what the bike looks like fresh out the box. Looks like it was packaged pretty well. We had a lot of foam around the bike.
More suspension right here.
I know, right?
Good Lord.
So this is what the bike looks like without the wrapping. It doesn't look like anything was damaged. It was packaged pretty well though. So we're going to have to put the handlebar on, which is already attached via wires there. We're also going to have to put our 20x4 all-terrain wheel on with a Chow Yang tire on it. Chow Yang are my favorite e-bike tires because they are very grippy and they're pretty durable too. We're also going to have to put our front fender on. A headlight? If it is, it might be larger than normal. Let's see. Yeah, that's a big old headlight. Never had that headlight before, so
hey man, it's like one of them OnlyFans lights.
A bag of tools, pretty standard. A few hexagon wrenches that I can actually use. Our pedals, which are labeled. That is our battery charger. Charge our 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery. We have a bike pump. This looks like a heavy duty bike pump. Man, okay, all right. That's a nice bike pump there. Also came with a user manual. Instructions seem pretty straightforward. Always like it when they include pictures. The blue in the background of these instructions, it kind of helps. And in that box is also our front axle that we're going to use to put the front wheel on, and that's what we're going to do first. With this wide washer here, we think the front fork goes in between this really wide washer, and then the front fork goes here, and then the rest of your washers and screws go on the outside of the front fork. So we're going to put the front fork right in here. It looks like the alignment is decent, but these screws here, take that off and you can adjust that screw too. We're going to go ahead and tighten those up just to make sure that our alignment is good. We got this bike put together, only took us about 30 minutes. This is one of the shortest moped style e-bike that I reviewed on this channel. From wheel to wheel, it's about 4 feet 11 inches from wheel to wheel. The seat, again, which is not adjustable, is about 2 feet 10 inches from the floor. The handlebar, which is also not adjustable, is about 3 feet 6 inches from the floor. The Chow Yang tires are usually grippy. I usually have a little bit more grip than this on the Chow Yang tire, but we'll see how it performs in our off-road test. I love the narrow frame of this moped style e-bike. That combined with how short it is, I can really see this being a great bike for like urban areas, but we're gonna maybe take it to an urban area to make sure that my prediction is accurate. But it's an interesting looking e-bike to say the least, you know what I mean? Let me know what y'all think. Look at all 4 suspensions. And this is the first time I've had 4 suspensions in the back of the bike like this, so I'm curious on how that's going to perform when we go off-road. And I will say I like coil suspension over like air suspension because I think it gives you better rebound. Give y'all an idea of these suspensions on the back of the bike. We also have a motorcycle style front fork suspension, and you can adjust the compression of the suspension in the front too. So let's say if you want to lock out your suspension, let's say you're on a flat surface, you can turn it that way. You want to open up your suspension, then you turn it to the left here. Give y'all a look at this suspension in the front. Have a look at our rear and front mechanical brakes, and I don't know the millimeter. I usually like hydraulic brakes better because I think they perform a little bit better on these e-bikes, but mechanical brakes are easier to maintain. Nice wide handlebar, especially for such a small moped style e-bike. Handlebar is about 2 feet 4 inches wide. Looks like we have like your standard hard rubbery handlebar grips. We have your standard Shimano 7 gear shifter. This seat seems pretty comfortable. I've had a seat like this on a few moped style e-bikes before, almost always delivers. Only thing I don't like about the seat is this hump that goes in the back here. Like what if you have to scoot all the way back on the seat, you know what I'm saying? This seat is pretty long. It's like 1 feet 6 inches long from here to here. It's about a little bit wider than 6 inches wide, like 6.5 inches wide. On the other side of your battery, turn your key, you can take this pretty standard battery out, and you do have to flick this switch in order to turn your battery on and off. So although this is one of the more affordable e-bikes that I reviewed on this channel, it still has some anti-theft features. So I have a key to take the battery out, but I have a separate set of keys that I use to go into, I guess, my starter. So in order to turn this bike on, I have to turn this key, and I have to keep this key in here, and now I can turn my display on by pressing and holding the power button. Over here on the left of the bike, we do have a panel with some options on it. If I click this button here, that turns my, I guess, beauty style headlight on that I've never had before, but it seems pretty bright. And my pretty beefy rear light on. And that rear light is also a brake light. Now if I click either of these arrows, it's going to turn my turning signal on the back of the bike. We also have a horn. That's pretty loud. We also have a twist throttle for throttle only. Look at some of the basic information on our display, which is really standard. I've had this display on like 5 or 6 e-bikes. We have the battery life at the top. We did just charge this e-bike. Our speed calculator, pretty sure you can change that from miles per hour to kilometers if you want to. Our pedal assist mode. Use our panel to see how many modes we have. Look like we have 5 different pedal assist modes there. If I click the I button over here on my panel. I will get more information on the display. By default, looks like it has my trip mileage. That's how long have I ridden on my last bike ride. I clicked the I button over here. And now that's my odometer. We haven't ridden this e-bike yet. Our maximum miles per hour, our average miles per hour based on our last bike ride. We do have some advanced settings on this display. But again, because this display is so standard, I'm going to take y'all to me going through these advanced settings on another e-bike with the same display. If you want to reset your trip mileage, then you press and hold the I and the minus button at the same time. So that will clear this out from... That cleared it out from 17 back to 0. So we're not going to go into our advanced settings, and I'm not going to go through all of them because the advanced settings are in your owner's manual. So to go into your advanced settings, we're going to press and hold the plus and the minus button. So to navigate from one setting to the next, you're going to press the plus and the minus button. If you see a setting and you want to change it, then you're going to click the I button, and then you can change that setting. So this first one is how bright do we want our display. We're going to keep that at a 3. Then click the I button to go back up here so that I can navigate to my next one. This is how do I want to calculate my speed. Do I want to do miles per hour or kilometers? So I'm going to click the I button. Click the plus button, but we're going to keep that at miles per hour. So I'm going to click the I button again. P5 is how many pedal assist modes do you want. By default we have 5, so we're going to keep it there. P8 is our limit speed. So how fast can your bike go? And we're going to make sure we're going as fast as we can go. And I'm pretty sure this is in kilometers, so yeah, alright. So we're going to put it at 62 kilometers per hour just to make sure we're going as fast as we can. P11 is your pedal assist sensitivity. And so I believe usually the higher you go, the least sensitive it's going to be regarding your pedal assist sensitivity. So very, very important feature. I personally think every e-bike should have this feature because that means it can accommodate people of different athletic levels. And you can use your e-bike for different purposes. Like you might want to ghost pedal if you're taking this bike to work, but you might want to get a workout in if you're taking this bike like on a trail. P12 is your takeoff speed. So when the pedal assist does kick in, how intense is it? And that's all we're going to go through regarding your advanced settings. There is one more step you have to do to unlock your maximum speed. So you have to turn your throttle to the max, hold down the brake, then you're going to turn the key that turns your bike on. Okay, so now you're going to turn your bike on and you're going to wait for 20 seconds. And then after you wait for 20 seconds, you're going to let go of all of this, and then your max speed is going to be engaged.
You're using a bike with no hands, you tripping. Huh? You tripping. You tripping, dude. You just got that one. You don't think you should wait a little bit? God damn. What do you think you're going to call the bike?
The Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet. And it came in second place of all the moped style e-bikes that you reviewed. Number 1, yeah.
Then that's number 1.
Number 2?
Definitely number 2. I have fun riding this one.
For less than $800, number 2. Second favorite moped style e-bike.
Yeah, 100%. Yo, that suspension.
Off the chain.
Okay, I'm gonna put it like this: the best suspension I've ridden.
On any moped bike?
Any bike, period.
Any bike, period. Best moped, best suspension.
That's part of the best suspension.
Wow. Can I interview you? HiKeep MGL. What are your thoughts?
Hey, I like this bike. I didn't think that I would like it as much as I did, but first thing I noticed is the suspension.
The suspension?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
10 out of 10. Like, I think the bike seat could maybe be a little longer.
Okay.
That would be my suggestion.
Okay.
But 10 out of 10 suspension. I feel like it handles the curves very, very well. I really like the throttle. I like the turn signals. A good off-road bike. I think the speed is amazing.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, the speed is crazy. It takes a little long to like kick in. It takes a little bit long for your pedal assist to kick in, but that I wouldn't complain about too much. Overall, this is a real sturdy bike, and you told me that this bike is $700.
Yeah, $700 to $800 somewhere up in there.
Y'all,
That's crazy.
Quality bike. This is quality bike for the price.
So for the price, what would you give this on a scale from 1 to 10?
For the price, this is a 10.
It's a 10. I think it's the first time you gave an e-bike a 10 this year.
So we're not gonna go through some gravel, test out these Chow Yang tires, which not a whole lot of slipping, but not surprised. Chow Yang tires are pretty grippy, pretty durable tires. So yeah, just a little slipping. Let's brake. That's actually pretty good. These tires aren't grippy enough for you to lean into your turns. So such a short moped-style e-bike that's low to the floor with grippy tires and a wide handlebar, all of those combined does make it really easy and make it safe, I guess, as safe as you could, as safe as you can get for leaning, but it does make it very, very comfortable for you to lean into your turns. The combination of those three, the wide handlebar, the grippy tires, and being low to the floor, I can lean with no problem, feel very safe while leaning. Test out the suspension. We're gonna go off-road with some hills. So let's try out these forced suspensions in the back of the bike, as well as the suspension on the front of the bike. So far, so good, though. And it's a lot of grass out here today. Man. Okay. So far, so good. Go down here. Okay. Go in here. Yeah, you can definitely feel the suspensions in the back and in the front. It really does make for a really comfortable ride off-road. Like, there's not a whole lot of shaking going on with this bike. Definitely taking up most of the bumps and everything that I'm going through here in grass, but this might be the best suspension I've had on an e-bike under $1,000. Trying not to be a prisoner of the moment here, but it's pretty smooth, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I love that you can adjust the compression of the suspension in the front. So yeah, the suspension is pretty good. Let's go down here. Oh man, I'll say on a scale from 1 to 10, that suspension's like probably like a 9.5. Now this bike feels like a speed cadence sensor to me, because although in mode 1, I would say in 2, the pedal assist is pretty perfect out the box. You see, mode 1 is taking me up to what, 12 miles per hour. Let's brake. Switch to mode 3. Now mode 3 out the box, I think gives you a little too much pedal assist. I'm gonna go mode 3 here. So starting out, it's not that bad. But then I get to like, when I get to like 19, 20, I can ghost pedal a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I can still keep up with the motor. It's not so bad where I can't keep up with the motor, but it does feel like it's not really taking into account how hard I pedal. Brake here. Brake's a little delayed, but that's what you're gonna get with a mechanical brakes, right? It feels like a speed sensor, but I'll say this. If I was to have a speed sensor over a cadence sensor on a bike, that's okay if I can adjust my pedal assist sensitivity, my limit speed, and my takeoff speed. I can adjust all three on this bike. And so I've changed my sensitivity from like a 3 to a 5. 5 is the max, which means it's the least sensitive. It has made it a little bit better. So now I've been on this e-bike for about an hour now, and I'll say for such a cheap e-bike, it's pretty comfortable. Like, the seat is comfortable,
It's very, very sturdy. I feel like I have great control of the bike, probably because of the small frame, you know what I mean? I feel like I can use this e-bike without my hands on the handlebar. We're gonna go ahead and try. Yeah, not really. Maybe a little bit, but yeah, okay. But it feels pretty comfortable, you know what I mean? So we're now gonna try max speed, pedal assist, and I didn't adjust my sensitivity at all. I want to see what it's like going mode 5 out the box, you know what I'm saying? But we got to 25, 26 pretty quickly. Now that we're done with the turn, we're going to try to gun it here. 26, 27, 28. Yeah, the sensitivity is not bad at all. I feel like I can still keep up with the motor. 30, 31. Oh. 31 miles per hour. So the frame is so light, when I started pedaling, I felt like I was shifting the bike right to left because the bike is a bit short from me, you know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of do this in order to get my knees through, but 31 miles per hour for such a affordable e-bike, pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? So we're now gonna try max speed, throttle only, so I'm not pedaling. Gonna see just how fast we go. So we got up to 28 pretty quick. 29, 30. Goodness, and it feels fast. 31, 32, 33. Damn, can I get to 34? Alright, we'll say 33, 34 miles per hour. Max speed, throttle only. That's pretty good, especially for the price. Now, I will say this is a great e-bike for the streets. I'm not advising for you to do that, but if you did want to have an e-bike to take in the streets, I think this is a good bike for that, because although it's kind of short, it's, you know, it's kind of heavy too. It's not one of the heavier moped style e-bikes, but it's heavy enough. Mainly because of the battery. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a decent bike for the streets. Plus you have all the bells and whistles you would need for the streets. Headlight, rear light, turn signals, horn, all that cool stuff. But I also think this would be, I would say, a perfect e-bike for more like urban areas because it's so short, you know what I mean? One of the shortest moped style e-bikes that I've reviewed on this channel, so you can definitely fit through some pretty tight walkways. Like the one I'm on now is pretty, that was a pretty tight turn, you know what I mean? And I think you can avoid people and things pretty easily because not only is this bike short, but the frame is kind of narrow and it's not as heavy as other moped style e-bikes. But I would say at 5'11", 6 feet with shoes on, this bike is just a little too short for me. My knees are going up a little bit higher than I would like. But if I had a booster seat, maybe I could still, you know, rock with this e-bike. In order for me to feel comfortable, not only would I need to sit all the way at the back of this seat, but I would also need a handlebar adjuster so I can bring the handlebar up some, you know what I'm saying? So we're now gonna go max speed, throttle only, up a hill. And this is a pretty steep hill, 35, 40 degree hill, and there's a turn on the hill. So see how much speed we lose, throttle only, max speed, up a hill. Going into the hill, we're at 26 miles per hour. Going into the steepest part of the hill now. All right, 23, 22, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. I'll go down to 14. All right, I'll say it's 14. All right, 15. All right, so I lost about 10 to 12 miles per hour.
HiKeep GM Retro Moped Style e-bike. By far one of the best e-bikes that I've reviewed under $800. What I love the most about this bike is the suspension. Like all of these suspensions combined,
I would say make this the top 2 suspension I've had on a moped style e-bike. Really absorb all of the bumps and cracks that you get if you're going off-road. I love the speed. I was able to go over 30 miles per hour pretty easily on this bike. I love all the bells and whistles. I love all the bells and whistles. You have some level of anti-theft with this key starter right here. You have a headlight, a rear light, a brake light, turning signals, a horn. I love how easy it is to maneuver this bike because it has such a narrow body. I love how comfortable and stable the bike is. I was on the seat for a while and I didn't experience a whole lot of discomfort. I love that you have a colorful display where you can adjust things like your limit speed and your pedal assist sensitivity. So yeah, I pretty much like everything about this e-bike, especially for the price. The only thing I did not like is the battery life. To me, the battery life was just okay. I went on a 13-mile bike ride. I spent 3 of those miles going max speed pedal assist. I spent 1 mile going max speed throttle only. I spent the rest of the miles in like pedal assist mode 3. And that 13 miles, I lost 2 out of 5 battery bars. So I think that's more like 40 miles to charge based on my bike ride. So for the price, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give this e-bike a 9. But comment below what you would give this e-bike on a scale from 1 to 10, considering that it's under $800. Any other e-bike you want me to review, also comment below. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.